there's some people who are willing to walk away from millions of dollars and not get vaccinated. And I got to say, they're so stupid. They're putting their mouth where their money is. In terms of idiots, he's got to be the top idiot in the country right now. Guy's got a chance as a young man to make millions of dollars. All he's got to do is get vaccinated, but he doesn't want to get vaccinated. He doesn't need a reason. It's just that he's stupid, because this guy's got a history of being stupid. He's one of those guys who's a flat earther, too. And you know what it is? He doesn't know anything.
Oh, boy.
Well, the Brooklyn Nets have said, fuck you. If we have a policy, you got to be vaccinated to play on the team. But either you're on this team or you're off this team. You got to be, they can't have you popping in for a guest appearance. It isn't like the Brady Bunch. I don't know who runs the Brooklyn Nets, but I wish they were running the country. I love this. I love it. Basically saying, listen, douchebag.
Let's add Howard Stern to the list of people who seem to have an obsession with Kyrie Irving. Like he's the only person who's making this decision. You have to understand that for some people, it's not always about the money. Sometimes people have this thing called morals, and it doesn't involve a dollar sign in front of it. So everybody that wants to come for Kyrie Irving at this point, my problem with them is that this is a black man who made a decision. It might not be popular, but it's his decision. It's his money that he's losing. It's his life that he's living. And if there's consequences for his decisions, he's willing to face those. The fact that we are condemning somebody for doing that, for being original, for being themselves, for sticking by their word, what kind of world are we living in at this point, man? You have to look at yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, what type of person am I to come at somebody for making a decision when all the sacrifices that are being made are on them? All of the sacrifices that Kyrie Irving is making has no effect on anybody. The Brooklyn Nets will be fine. Guess what? They got 2 future Hall of Famers on their roster and a hell of a bench. They'll be just fine. The fact that you're worried about Kyrie because you're worried about Brooklyn and you don't play for them, stand down. Stand down.
Yeah, so my response to this is pretty short, pretty simple. It requires very few words. I'm a big believer in the messenger, right? So you could, be making great points and everything else like that, but I'm a big believer in the messenger. Who is saying this? What credibility do they have? What you're looking at right now is Howard Stern in blackface. So that's all I got.
One thing I'm gonna let my man do is definitely cheat in peace, because what is the point of me?
I want to start that again to make sure you guys heard that correctly.
What?
One thing I'm gonna let my man do is definitely cheat in peace, because what is the point of me making a? What am I gonna make a scene for? What's the point? I'm still gonna be with him. He still pay the bills. Like, what's the point? Like, we gonna argue for what? I don't even want to put that stress on my man. Like, if he want to cheat, go cheat. Go cheat in peace. Do your thing. Because when you get home, I'm going to have dinner ready. What you mean? I got you. Like, I'm never going to stress you out. I'm here for you, love. If I'm not what you want at the time, I'm still going to be your wife at home. You feel me? I got you.
There's females that accept cheating from their man 100%. 100% there's those women. But those women, majority of the time, don't have shit going on for themselves. And the man is taking care of a lot of the things. So they feel like they don't got nowhere to go. So of course they're going to let the man cheat. Of course they're going to do that, because that's how they're going to keep the money rolling in. So listen, those situations, go do your thing, girl.
Black Queen. We are in a space in 2021 where some of the most educated people in the world is Black women. But let's just talk about self-worth for a second here. But what she's describing is treat me like shit because I'm not worth anything. But she's not describing an open relationship. Those relationships exist and they're celebrated, and that's fine if that's what you're into. What she's describing is a doormat. A doormat is something that's right at the front of your door. When you open the door, you walk in. If you got dirty shoes, it's there to clean your shoes, keep your shoes clean. Something that gets walked on daily. That's what she's describing. And I want to remind you, I don't know what your name is. You are worth something. Okay. If you feel like you're not ready to be in a committed relationship, or what, you don't even want to use the word relationship, it can't even define what you're in. That's fine. But just know you are worth something. I seen this and I was very disappointed. Only
I
because
could only imagine.
there was a time when this was the mentality, but we are so far away from that right now. Seeing something like this, especially coming from a black woman, was disheartening. It was
That's
sad.
crazy. That's
So
crazy. And she said it with conviction too.
yeah,
Like that was like this is factual. I want to know from anybody who's listening or anybody that's watching right now, from the women, leave it in the comments, please. Would you prefer to have a rich man who consistently cheats on you, or would you rather have a loyal man who is broke?
damn man, let us know. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget we are looking for a summer wedding. Okay, summer wedding. My guy. Um, Channing Channing Tatum. We all know Channing, the nigga from Step Up. The nigga,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
He says he hates that Dave Chappelle has hurt so many people. You know, one thing that I will say, and you brought this into how I view things. Who the fuck asked you?
People in the trans community, just watch the damn special. Or if you don't want to watch the whole special, just watch the end, please. Just watch the end where he tells that story, man, about Daphne. Please, please. What is the fuck is this man saying right now? He
I don't
hurt
know.
people. Did
Yeah.
we ignore that entire story?
You have to remember, she had zero to very small experience as a stand-up comedian. She got the opportunity to open up for Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
You
Dave
un-
Chappelle.
Do you know how big of a deal that is? If he's
Top three in the world.
if he's
right now.
transphobic, he's not going to give that person the opportunity to do that. Guess what? You're actually talented. Whenever I'm in San Francisco, you can open for me now.
You know, they talk about the Drake stimulus package. Dave Chappelle is the comedic version of that.
So the simple fact that he went out and did that and nobody's talking about this, it blows my mind. And I just find it very convenient that they omit that part.
For real, do you think there will ever be a point where people in the LGBT community will be held accountable for their bullying? Because there's been a lot of conversations that we have had, especially recently, that involve this community, and it's always somebody that is quote unquote attacking them. And I noticed that when people in the in this community as well, when stuff happens for them, like let's give a big example. Lil Nas X, the little makeout session that he had on the television on the award show, that happened. If people in the community, in our community, heterosexual, because that's what I guess it's a community now, if people in that community were to come at him for what he did, you're canceled. You're done. You're out of here. No way. It's not happening. But let's say somebody was to like make a joke or do a parody thing. Two heterosexual men were trying to do a parody skit about that and try to make a joke about it and how awkward or abnormal it was. The two guys doing that skit would have got their ass canceled. Quick. When are we going to start holding them accountable for just being a little bit too sensitive and understanding that just the way that you can criticize and come for us, we can come for you too. Just laugh. And the reason why I say just laugh is because we're talking about a comedic special.
It's a joke, people.
I'm not talking about somebody making a comment in the streets about something that is derogatory or just blatant. I'm talking about a comedic special made by a comedian.
But even more than that.
What are we doing?
But even more than that, he's literally telling jokes. But if you just listen to what he's saying, he's not overtly offending anyone. If there is some direct shots, it's in the context of humor. And on top of that, nobody talks about any of the other offensive jokes. He comes
Let's
at
ignore
the
all the jokes that
he
he talks
comes at
about
the
with the white
Jewish
people,
white people. He comes at the Jewish
black
community,
people.
black. But nobody's talking about that. So I guess like the major takeaway from even that point is everybody else gets it. Every other community gets it. It's a joke, but this is the only community that doesn't. And I still stand on this. They have every right to feel how they want to feel. That's their prerogative. You cannot tell somebody how to react. I believe in that. But again, to repeat it, you cannot call for cancellation. You try to cancel somebody, you try to silence someone, the conversation is done. And for me, if there's a misunderstanding about anything, the only way you're ever going to reach an understanding is if the two parties are talking. When you try to cancel someone, conversation is done, we're lost. I want to know what your thoughts are on this, people. Simple, straightforward question. Do you think Dave Chappelle is transphobic?
Yo, thanks for watching that video, making it all the way to the end. You made it this far, you have to like, please subscribe and comment on the video as well. Join the conversation.
Absolutely. We finally hit our goal of 500 subscribers. Yes,
Yes,
we
sir.
are trying to get to 1,000, and we can only do that with your help. You can start by watching that next video. You see that tiny little icon? Click on that icon, rinse and repeat. Deuces.
Deuce.